Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
But in the first 3 games in Summer League that he played, he sat out one of them for load management. But he played 3 games, 2 in Utah, 1 in Vegas in the Summer League. He averaged 20.7 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, almost 3 steals per game, a block, and he is shooting almost 56% from deep. Now, if you have been here a long time on this channel, going back a couple years, all right, that was a stellar draft by Daryl Morey. He had Tyrese Maxey, and then he snagged Isaiah Joe and Paul Reed in the 2nd round. I loved Isaiah Joe. I did a breakdown on him before the draft. He was a guy I had on my board in the 2nd round, and he's just a sniper, man. And we've, wanted to see the development over time. We knew he was a great 2-way player at Arkansas, right? I mean, the numbers showed it. But what we really wanted to see from last year to this year when it comes to Isaiah Joe, obviously we wanted him to get more playing time. He got a couple games in his system last year, and he was playing really well. And then when Doc Rivers came back from being sick and the team got more and more down the road of the season, he really just withered out of the rotation. And I didn't like that. I wanted to give him more time because you can't really give a guy 4 or 5 games and just, let him, just sit out for the next 20. You can't do that if you want a guy to get in his rhythm. But the one thing we did want to see, and I personally wanted to see, was can Isaiah Joe become a secondary ball handler? Can he play off the ball and really create, that dynamic of the Sixers offense, which we really lack? There's not a lot of guys on this team that are really, experts at moving off the ball, finding their spots strategically, knocking down shots, not afraid to pull the trigger, and really doing it consistently. And what I've seen in this Summer League from Isaiah Joe, beyond the numbers, forget the numbers, fine. He is doing all of that. He is checking the boxes. And I know what people are going to say, man. They look at a guy like Furkan Korkmaz, who had a 40 bomb in Summer League years ago. I get it. It's Summer League. The competition is not that crazy. But can you really ask for anything more from an up-and-coming third-year player? Can you really ask for anything else? I'm here to tell you right now, just the intangibles, just the things I see with Isaiah Joe's game, just the way I see him go about the motions, right? We heard him, before the first Summer League game, the coach was saying that Isaiah Joe was becoming a leader on the floor. He was mentoring some of these guys. He was, really stepping up and taking that next level. That's what I want to see. And when I watch him on the floor now, obviously he's shooting above 50% from 3. So he's doing something right, but he's learning how to put it on the floor, man. He's controlling the offense. The first game, everybody came out and kind of freaked out because he wasn't really aggressive. Well, ever since then, he's been doing his thing, man. He looks comfortable. He looks like he's ready. Now, we want to see him get a little bit stronger. We want to see him work on his footwork a little bit. Those are things that your talent development guys, your skill guys, your coaches, your trainers, they all work on that stuff. But Isaiah Joe, man, he looks like he is taking another leap. And personally, I think that it is time to get Isaiah Joe in the rotation. Isaiah Joe can be exactly what we need. He can be exactly what this team needs, man. He can knock down shots. He can start to put it on the floor a little bit, and he can pluck some of the passing lanes. He's a perfect fit around guys like James Harden, Joel Embiid. He doesn't need the ball in his hands all the time. I like him a lot, man, and I think he's showing a lot. He's very impressive. There were people that were questioning whether he was even going to make the roster. I can tell you right now, if you have any doubt that Isaiah Joe will make the opening day roster, I think you need to look a little more closely, man. Isaiah Joe is going to make this team. The question is, will he get regular minutes? And I think he should. At least give him the chance. At least give him the chance, man. So I hope he does. I hope he does. Another Summer League guy we should talk about, Jaden Springer. What is your thoughts on Jaden Springer? I don't really see it yet from Jaden Springer. I don't really see that it factor, that next level technique. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope Jaden Springer becomes a great rotational piece. I hope he can, find his way up to the league this year. I just don't know if he's going to. And I really don't think he's in the plans, the near future plans of the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, every time Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers talk about him, they're like, yeah, well, he's 19 years old. He's 19 years old, and, you know, down the line, he could be a good defensive piece. Down the line, he could be a good 3-and-D player. Okay, well, we need help now. We're trying to win. We're trying to win. Now, Springer's hit a couple, corner threes in this summer league. He's taking the ball to the hole a little bit. It just doesn't look too natural to me, and I hope that they're working on him with these things. But we'll highlight a couple points that he made in an interview that he sat down with Kai Carlin, and this just came out today. So Springer, he averaged almost 15 points a game, almost 5 rebounds, and was a defensive stud on the perimeter last season in the G League. And he asked him a couple interesting questions. He asked him what he's working on in the summer league. And Jaden Springer says, the summer has been great, just trying to be in the gym as much as I can. That's what I've been focusing on. I've been working on getting up a lot of shots. That's the main thing I've been working on. Making quick decisions, playing out of closeouts and stuff like that. And then he asked him, you only played 2 games in the NBA in your rookie year. How tough was it for you not to play much? And Jaden Springer replied with, it was tough in some ways, but at the same time, we have a team like we're trying to win a championship, so I understand where they're coming from. They don't want to just throw me out there. They want me to develop and get ready to make sure that when they call on me, I'm going to be ready to go to full extent, so I understood that. Well, at least he gets it. I mean, he's right on. He's spot on. He's spot on, man. We are trying to win a championship. We're in championship mode. So I get why they're trying to develop him. So they're talking about Springer. He acknowledges that he's going to, he's probably, more of a developmental piece. I don't even think he's going to see the floor this year. I think he'll be in the G League most likely. Then they asked him how important were the reps in the G League in Delaware last year. He said, I needed that because, like you said, I only played in 2 games. So being able to go to the G League and still stay in condition, shape, and work on my game, that was pretty helpful throughout the year. And then this is where it gets spicy. This is where it gets spicy. So they ask, I'm curious, what has the coaching staff done for you? This has been a big topic of interest. What are the developmental coaches and guys doing on this team? That's something we've asked for a while. And Jaden Springer replies with, after the season, I definitely had a talk with Doc Rivers. Sam Cassell checks in with me every now and then, trying to tell me little stuff to work on. So just taking that and using it throughout the summer, like you said, when I'm working and stuff, taking that advice, that's what I've been trying to do. Well, I hope so. I hope so, man. Got a long way to go. And then Kai Carlin says, you spent the playoff run with the team. What was that experience like? And Jaden says, it was a crazy experience. My first time actually being in a playoff game. My whole life I've been watching it on TV, but being able to be there and experience it, the energy, the crowd, just how different the game felt, that was great. And then he really just asked him about Harden and Maxey and, if they've been mentoring him. And he said, pretty much just a bunch of vets giving him some pointers. And the last thing, what are the things you're trying to pinpoint and grow on? Because again, everybody keeps highlighting this guy as a potential 3-and-D player down the road. Well, he's starting to put the ball on the floor. Still think some of his mechanics are off, but, really, what is the ceiling for Jaden Springer? And Jaden says, I'm trying to show how I can fit in with the team, with the Sixers and everything like that. We already have guys like Joel, Harden, Tyrese, Tobias, just being able to come in and complement those guys. That's probably one of the main things I've been doing in trying to show them what I can do best, how I can help the team out and stuff like that. I feel like that's what I've been working on. Like you said, Doc talked to me. I'm trying to implement that. So anyway, I hope Jaden Springer figures it out. Hope he does his thing, man. Because, it'd be nice to have a late first-round draft pick, another one, come in and be able to contribute. But we'll have to wait and see. We have guys like Thibault who we're starting to pressure a little bit. We need him to knock down shots. We have guys like Furkan and Shake who are teetering on that verge, right? Like, what are they going to do? I'm here to tell you right now, Furkan, Shakes of the world, they need to step up. We've been content for too long. Does Shake Milton have a bunch of potential? Yes. Yes, he can be a secondary ball handler off the bench. But will he do it? We can't just keep sitting here and staying complacent. If you truly want to win a championship, you have to go above and beyond. And I think we've made some of those, renovations this offseason. At this point, man, I'm ready to sit here and monitor and really give the playing time to guys who want it, right? Who's going to go and take advantage of the opportunity. And I think we need to see a lot more of that.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.